2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. Jeep with the Hellcat engine. We'll do a quick walk around right quick so you can see red and black. You see these are 20-inch wheels. These are very large tires. They're sitting on 295 by 45 with Brembo brakes and huge brake discs. Again, this is a Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. Look here. This is another episode of UPE. See there? Jeep Grand Cherokee supercharged. Again, Trackhawk. So now we can go ahead and check out everything. We'll start actually with the trunk. Latch is down here. It opens up by itself. There's a button on the side here to let the trunk back down. There's a couple of ports here for AC. You got one 12-volt DC power supply on this side. Underneath here will be where the extra wheels and a couple other supplies are. So I can push this button to let it back down. And then it lets back down like itself with most other modern SUVs do. So now we can go towards the front. This is like a crystal red color with the black, matte black paint on the wheels. So, inside of a Trackhawk, we have two of these sunroofs back here. We have the standard performance page stuff. Uconnect, you know, all the standard stuff that they have here. Carbon fiber. This one has carbon fiber. Some of them have the red trim inside of it, or the red seats. This one just has the, you know, black basic seats. And again, you see there it says Trackhawk right there. Perforated leather, Harman Kardon, carbon fiber. This is a pseudo carbon fiber, but still nice. And then you have this kind of typical silver, not silver, but grayish trim inside of here. And then if you turn this steering wheel like this, one thing from this compared to the SRT is that it has the Trackhawk symbol here. It just says Jeep right here, it doesn't say SRT. You have the paddle shifters, and then this is the odometer. It looks just like the one in the Jeep SRT. You have a tweeter here. You have a tweeter right there. It's your lights and everything has this kind of black finish. If you look here, you have just, you know, typical mirror with two lights. Same thing on the other side. We have sport mode, auto mode, snow, tow, track mode, which again is pretty much just like the standard SRT Jeep has. It's pretty much all the same. Your engine start buttons right there. The pedals are actually a regular color. They're not like a silverish kind of, you know, race color. And then you have the center console here, which is the same in the other Jeeps, you know, SRT, which I've been through before. Red seat belts, so it's like a red and black kind of interior, mostly black with the, like I said, the red seat belt colors. And we can now go ahead and pop the hood. Then we'll get in the back and then we'll go for a drive. So again, this is a famous Hellcat engine. Famous Hellcat engine. You can see the Hellcat logo right there, SRT. You have this belt moving. Supercharged Hemi, 6.2 liter V8, 707 brake horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque. Same exact motor in the Hellcat. Everything's the same. Fuse box. You know, you got, I mean, I don't even have to go through that part. You all have seen, you know, where everything is before. It's just standard, you know, coolant. You know, I mean, this is exciting. It really is. Windshield wiper fluid, where your oil goes. Look at the block. Look at that 6.2 liter. Look at this huge supercharger. IHI supercharger. I think it's like a 2.4 liter supercharger that sits on top of this Hemi block. You can see right here, we got this plastic cover on the side of the intake manifold, which will actually, again, you got your air intake right here, you got the supercharger intake manifold is right in there, and then on each side of these cylinder blocks, you can see right there with this cover, that this plastic cover, which says, you know, what to say, supercharged Hemi, is covering where everything else really sits. You know, again, big huge V8 block, alternator right there. You got all your different belts running to everything, and it looks really nice. So from a far distance, you can look again and see that this is the Jeep TRACKHAWK. Take a good look. So that's pretty much it. And then you got the air scoops up here. Air scoops right here. We'll lower that down very quick. And it's functional, actually. It's pretty functional. Very functional. So let's go in the back row right quick. The back second row. So go ahead and take a quick look in the second row. Right here. So go ahead and take a quick look. And in the Jeep TRACKHAWK, we have, like I said before, 2 sunroofs, which I'm gonna let the second one up in a minute when I drive. We're gonna let, no, we're not gonna let the windows down, it's cold. So again, nice seat belt. Right here, just like the standard SRT, when I did in standard SRT. All the same options. Have a plug here to plug in stuff. 2 USB ports right there. Heated seats, buttons. You know, these 2 vents. And it's very comfortable back here. I'm impressed with this car. Again, it looks nice. The red trim, the red interior looks better, but this is still pretty nice. Again, dual roofs, not 1 but 2. And that's standard actually in all Jeep SRTs. They both have the dual roofs. So one difference between, like I said, I'm trying to point out differences between this and the regular Jeep SRT is, like I said, you got TRACKHAWK right there. You got the 6.2 liter Hemi. You got a couple badges. It says, you know, it shows the Hellcat logo. Got a couple badges and everything. We're gonna get ready to go for our drive now. We can turn off the light. Got a light right there, and again, this thing is huge in the back, huge. So let's get out. So, those are cup holders right there. Again, more speakers. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And up here, it doesn't have a bike rack up there, but you can add an optional bike rack right there. And again, this is a 2018 Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. Special thanks to Zeigler of Berwyn for being allowed to check this vehicle out. And has an 8-speed automatic Hemi engine. The color is called Red Line. Black with leather perforated suede SRT seats. 4-wheel drive Laguna. Does have Laguna leather, but it has the perforated suede, black suede seats. So if you look there, on average, these are about, with the mileage, we can look at the miles. It has about 9,000 miles on it. It's about 70,000. So we can get ready to go for a drive. Give me 1 second. So we're about to get ready to go for a quick driving impression. And oh, I forgot, this has a huge, look at this huge rear spoiler up here. It's really huge. There's I guess radio and a receiver, but like I said, huge, you know, spoiler in the back. Really nice color. This is the best color I've seen in person of a TRACKHAWK. So again, the SRT doesn't say TRACKHAWK, this says TRACKHAWK. It doesn't have the exhaust set up like this, which I'm gonna give a quick rev right quick in a second. These wheels are kind of custom too. And then same thing, Jeep Grand Cherokee supercharged. It's supercharged, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a quick rev in a second. Or actually, I'm gonna have him give it a quick rev before we go for our drive. So in a second. If you don't mind, can you just give it 1 quick rev, if that's cool? Thanks. So you got to get a quick rev right quick. Here we go. So now we're gonna go for our drive. You don't mind holding it, dude? Thanks, bro. So now I'm gonna let up this for a second. Where's the sunroof? Oh, that's the button. Okay, cool. So it has retractable sunroof. The second glass panel doesn't go back, only the first one does. We're gonna go for a couple blocks just to see what it's like to drive a Trackhawk and compare it to the SRT. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same. Everything looks pretty much the same. 8-speed automatic, just like the SRT does. Again, it's just a couple different things. There's an SRT right there to compare it to, and the exhaust is a little bit different. It sounds a little bit different. It's got the supercharged Hemi. It's got a couple different badges. Everything else looks pretty much the same, but obviously this has more power. So we're gonna go a couple blocks and see what it can do right quick and give it a driving impression. So this is my first time driving a Trackhawk, and so far it's really quiet. It's feels pretty much just like the Jeep SRT. So far I don't feel a difference. That's because I'm driving it normally. It's comfortable. It sits up high. It's of course really bouncy because it's an SUV. Now when I get a chance, I'm gonna compare it to the Hellcat cars. This is all-wheel drive, so again you don't have to worry about slipping. Obviously it's heavier. It weighs almost, I think it weighs a little bit more than 5,000 pounds. Gas mileage is not going to be good. It does have eco mode, just like the SRT, the standard SRT has, but the standard SRT Jeep has the 6.4. This is a 6.2 Hemi with, like I said, supercharged V8. So it has that unmistakable noise. Turn the long way, yeah. So we're gonna give it a quick launch after we pass this car up here. But yeah, as far as the car goes, I mean, like the price for it, it's a pretty good price for the power that you get compared to a lot of other cars. You got a lot of other SUVs that cost a lot of money and they offer performance, but this overall gives you more performance for the amount of money that you spend on it. Of course, it's not gonna be as fancy as a BMW X5M or Mercedes GL63 AMG or ML, which is now called the GLE, as well as you got Maserati Levante GTS, you got the Range Rover SVR, but this has the most power out of all of those. It's cheaper to work on, it's reliable, it sounds better, and they have it for sale here at Zeigler out here in Berwyn. So if you're looking for a Trackhawk or an SUV with some serious power, it's got some comfort features to it, and it's something different you're not going to see on the street every day. You should check them out. Special thanks to Frank for that. Now back to this. We're going to give it a little bit of gas in a second just to see what it can do, and then we're going to get back to the dealership. But so far, as far as impressions go, it's very comfortable. It's not for something that has this much power. It's really like, it acts like a normal vehicle, unless of course, like I say, you step on it. So pretty well, it's a pretty docile car. Nobody will really know that this car has this kind of power unless you really put your foot on it, which again, I'm going to show you all in a second what this can do. Yeah, there you go. Now just a quick something. Now we're going to get back. So I'm sure you all heard the whining noise of the supercharger. It's you can't hear it too much in here, but it's something you can notice. It's pretty quiet, and I'm thinking that maybe with different options, it kind of quiets the exhaust. Is that right? Yeah. So it's in, what is it, track mode? I guess I'll put it back in sport. And I know with a lot of cars, when you change the different driving modes, it also changes the sound of the exhaust, which is cool. But again, it's impressive. It was worth checking out this vehicle. You all should go check them out. They have some really cool cars here, and this is one of the stars of the show. Really cool vehicle right here, you know, really cool vehicle. And what's the MSRP on this right now for this one? About 70,000, something like that. Pretty good deal for the mileage that's on here. Pretty good deal, you know. You can't go wrong with this vehicle. If you have a family and you want something that is fun and it's not boring, like a boring minivan or just some boring, you know, SUV like a Honda Pilot, this is different, you know. Jeep SRT TrackHawk. And you all like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, U_P_E. Enjoy. See you soon.